All glories unto you on this most auspicious Vyasa puja celebration. The last time you spoke to me was when you last visited Srila Mayapur, March 15, 2002, at around 4 a.m. When I opened the screen door at your room and you were going downstairs towards the taxi which would bring you to the airport back to London. Somehow you lovingly turned your beautiful face towards me and said, "We'll see each other again, Mahendra." In the course of your exiting this material world, now without your physical association, your instructions are most valued during these trying times. I remember you asking me, "Mahendra, what service do you want to perform for ISKCON?" I immediately answered, "Gurudeva, I want to build a temple for ISKCON." Then you laughingly replied, No, Mahendra. That is not the way to do it. First, you must preach vigorously, then develop a congregation, and the members will be the ones to desire for the construction of the temple. At the back of my mind then, I was thinking about the installed deities of Nitai Sundar, Gauranataraj at the San Juan Temple, where we were still renting. This was the third time ISKCON Manila relocated, and ever since the deities were relocated 7 times more, and finally in a permanent temple located at Laguna Province, which is an hour-and-a-half drive from Manila metropolis. In exchange for this was the Cebu Hare Krishna Paradise, where you, Srila Gurudeva, established the famous Brahmachari training school. The said property was sold in spite of the presence of the installed deities of Dayal Nitai Gaurahari. Several years before your departure from this world, a proposal was put forward to sell the Cebu property, which was personally rejected by you. Nevertheless, the property was sold. Fast forward to December 2020. Before the pandemic began, the Makati Temple, with the uninstalled beautiful deities of Shri Radha Madhav, was able to purchase and successfully titled a property of 2,000 square meters for 28 million pesos, or 1.4 million US dollars, which somehow appraised to around 200 million pesos, or 10 million US dollars, with the help of the local Indian community congregational members. At that time, I remember our short exchange about building a temple, and you were very right. Somehow things went sour when the local GBC representatives for the Philippine Yatra instructed the Makati Temple management to take out the sitting board member, who is an Indian-bodied ISKCON, Indian non-initiated ISKCON, well-wisher, and the prime mover in the purchase of the property for the temple of Shri Radha Madhav, and to sell the property intended for temple construction. Srila Gurudeva, I did not heed to the instruction of the local GBC representatives, thinking that selling the property will destroy the reputation of ISKCON to the Indian community and to Filipinos as well, who are in close contact with the Indians. Without your instruction, years hence, I could have given up. The consequence of not following the instruction escalated into political drama. The local GPC representative sent us an email and a signature campaign list of so-called Filipino congregational members with false and unfounded allegations, asking the whole management and board members of the Makati Temple to resign at the strength of a document in which my signature as president was falsified. I humbly replied that we will not resign simply because this is not in accordance with Srila Prabhupada's desires and Srila Gurudev's. The falsification of my signature is a criminal offense, and I express in our reply email that I will fight tooth and nail in the legal court. The local GBC representative replied that they were elevating the case to the ISKCON GBC Executive Committee. Eventually, the ISKCON GBC EC designated His Grace Brahmatirtha Prabhu as the mediator. We are still waiting for the instruction of the ISKCON GBC Executive Committee, but we are already having the temple drawings and plans rendered for possible fundraising when things get normal out of the pandemic. At first, I was heavily chastised by His Grace Brahmatirtha for offending the local GBC representatives, and I am committing a great guru aparat. I reasoned out that I was trained by you Srila Gurudev, not to be a blind follower, and it is an offense to reveal, and I asked them, is it an offense to reveal the truth? Shall we also take the path of the early Christians, where truth was so much suppressed because of offending the Pope or the Bishop? On this day of your Vyasa puja, I have nothing to offer but our endeavors in doing college preaching online. Before we were preaching vigorously in various colleges of the metropolis, joining inter-religious conference online and preaching to Christians, and trying to build a permanent ISKCON temple in the Manila metropolis, which is in accordance with the wishes of the founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada and yours as well, so that this sublime philosophy of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra can spread. Please tell me, Srila Gurudev, if I am committing Guru Aparad, and if so, I will just give up everything and heed to the instructions of the local GBC representatives. This is all I can offer to you, my beloved Gurudev. Remembering your instructions, this is our life and soul. Mahendra, last yourself. Hare Krishna. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Srila Gurudev Kapil's Day ki Jai. Shri Radha Madhav ki Jai. Shri Panchatattva ki. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitai Gauda Premanande.